Hello folks, and welcome to our latest video, and this one is going to be a brief introduction to Commodore OS Vision. Now at the moment we've still got the alpha, but I thought it would be really interesting to show you around Commodore OS Vision. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to that. That's fantastic. What a wonderful welcome to Commodore OS Vision. So I know I've got some extra folders and things here. That was just when I was setting this up. But as you look at this now, we've got a lovely desktop, but we've got a dock down here, and a lot of the things that we see, that you can see here, like the applications, they're going to change when Leo finishes all the alterations he's doing. Remember, this is the alpha build, so it's an early build of what is going to be Commodore OS Vision. So the first thing I want to do is show you, and I'm going to be looking down because I'm looking at a little page that's got lots of shortcuts on there that Leo's given me to show the 3D, all the special effects. Like for instance, if I click on something like graphics and Amiga Deluxe Paint clone, if I just close it, we get that wonderful graphic effect, and that happens on anything you close. Again, when you get the finalized version, if you get fed up with the special effects, you can turn them off, but I don't think I'm ever going to turn the special effects off on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight in, and we're going to go down here and hit the Commodore chicken head logo, which is going to bring us up some folders, and the only one of these that is working from this point down here is the C64. So I'm going to click Games, Original Commodore Games, and the one I want to click on is Spirit of the Stones. Now it's loading, and you can actually see that this is Open ROMs. So this is the Open ROMs project that the people at the Mega Museum has allowed us to use, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to offer this operating system with Commodore games, because you wouldn't be able to play them. It's very easy to add it yourself, but it's a really nice thing to be able to offer the Commodore 64X and give the users the ability to play their own, play Commodore 64 games. So I'll turn I'm going to turn the volume down, but this is such a great game for sound. It makes use of quite a lot of the SID chip. It's just a fantastic. Now the reason I've actually picked this game, let me turn this down now. The reason I've picked the game is because this is the first ever Commodore 64 game I ever played. It came with a Commodore pack where you got the Commodore 64, I've got a modem, whatever you called it then, printer, tape drive. I had lots of things with it, and this is one of the games, and I played this game for a few days, and then unfortunately my computer broke, but I won't go into detail with that. But anyway, so this is the actual Spirit of the Stones. Unfortunately, I have my joystick, but it's not working, so I can't actually use it. Again, that's probably a bug that we've got to iron out of OS Vision. But what I want to do is just shut that down so that it's... Can you hear the sound of it? It's amazing. Let's turn that down, because what I want to do is do a shortcut and just show you that you can switch between open apps. So Alt and Tab lets you, now okay, we've only got two pages, two things open, but again, that's amazing to be able to do that, right? So what I want to do is, let's close this down, and let's switch between desktops, so we can do that as well, so we can go on to a different desktop. So let's do that. Right, what's that one? Oh, so we call it the Workspace cube. So it's Alt plus Control with the mouse. There we go. Look at that. How amazing is that? That is, I'm never going to get tired of doing this. That is absolutely phenomenal. So let's open, so we're in a new workspace. So what we're going to do now is go to system tools. Again, everything's out of place at the moment. Leo's got to move things around. So this is the only way we can get the Amiga emulator working. So we go to A500, and then hopefully I've got the ROMs somewhere. So space area. So let's click start, and hopefully it will start and load. Right, while we're doing that, let's look at that. Let's switch to Spirit of the Stones again, and let's turn the volume down on this. Right, let's switch between this. Oh, here we go, space area. So space area is loading. Again, I picked this because it's one of the only games that I actually completed. So space area, when this originally came out, I managed to complete it, and then when you complete it, it starts again. And I think I've done it 3 times, so and that's the furthest I ever got by completing it 3 times. So I don't know whether this is working, so that we can, yeah, there we go. So again, if I can't, because I wanted to keep the Amiga, the Commodore 64 running at the same time, the Spirit of the Stones. So if I turn the volume up, I don't know, maybe it's going to work. What have I done? Anyway, so you can see that we've got an Amiga emulator. Now, we're not going to be using the original Kickstart ROMs. Again, we're not allowed to. So I've asked and asked and asked, and there's no answer to the emails I've been sending. So I'll just take it that we're not allowed to use it. So it's just going to be their own. The UAE comes with, if you haven't got the ROMs, I'm pretty sure it's got its own emulator, that its own version. Doesn't support all the games, but it works. So we'll have that with that. So you'll have Amiga stuff. I'm just going to do the cube again because I think it's so good. Right. So we're back to the desktop again. This is another workstation. So what we're going to do now is have a look at the different things that we've got on here. So we've got. So again, remember, a lot of this stuff is going, but or being moved around. But if we look at the games, we've got. I don't know what that one is, but we've got the Atari 2600 emulator, Jaguar emulator, another Atari ST emulator. I don't know what that is. Barrage. Beneath a Steel Sky. Now, Leo gave me some code to type into the command line to install this. And this is a game that came out in the 80s, and I remember this on the Amiga, but I couldn't. I think it was out on the Amiga 1200, making use of the brand new graphics that the Amiga 1200 had. And I just remember ogling it in Amiga magazines, centerfold, if you know what I mean, because of the graphics. And I couldn't afford to buy the game, so I didn't actually play the game. But it was amazing, and it's great that this is. Actually a Linux game, so this is you know, it's just amazing. I think I did get this to full screen. How did I do that? There we go. And again, the volumes.
With the land above, across the gap,
you've got 3 things running at the same time, which is pretty good. I mean, they used to do that with the Boing Ball and that on the Amiga, you know, showing you the multimedia, how it's all working. But how do we exit out of this? Right, okay. Beneath a Steel Sky. I always remember this is one of the images that I had in the centerfold of the magazines. But if I click to the door, he's going to say some stuff that he can't open the door. But if I take him down here, because I'm so useless at playing games like this, he's going to die now. I'm sorry, so sorry, man, but he's going to get shot. But anyway, bang. Sorry about that. So let's try this cube again because I think it's amazing. We can't do it, can we? Maybe if we make it small, we'll be able to do it. There we go. So look what we've got. We've got space area on the Amiga, and now I've naffed it up and I can't do it. Oh, there we go. So we've got Commodore 64 Spirit of the Stones, we've got Space Area, and then we've got Beneath a Steel Sky. So let's close some of these. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll flick through the different apps that we've got. Let's see if we can do that. Alt and Tab again. So Alt, Tab. It won't do it because they're on different workspaces, but never mind. Right, so let's close these. Look at the graphics on that to close it down. So let's go to another workspace. Let's close this one down. I'll tell you what. Let's close that down. No, I'm not going to close it down because I'm going to. I'm making this up as I go along. There's no method here. I'm just selecting stuff. So you know, there's with a Linux operating system, a lot of the stuff's, most of it's free. It's why Linux is in existence, to give you access to computers without paying for licenses and things like that. So on here, so we've got games that we've looked at. There's other games on here. I'm not going to go through them all, but you can see all the games that's on there. Then we've got graphics. So I've showed you Amiga Deluxe Paint clone. Then we've got other things on here, like a document scanner, you know, sort of thing that you'd get with Windows anyway. But then we've got a vector graphics editor, which is kind of cool. LibreOffice Draw, and a general paint program again, which you'd get with Windows. So then if we go to graphics, we've also got Blender, and I want to come back to Blender in a minute because it's a fantastic program, and to be honest, it is available in Windows as well, but it's free and it is amazing. So I want to come back to that in a sec. But I want to go to Office because we've got LibreOffice. We've got all these different Libre packages here, programs, and if we just go to LibreOffice Writer, it's basically Word, so but it's free. So LibreOffice is free. So if I just type in something like here, hello world, but let's. Oh, now we can switch between apps. How do we do that? Well, we closed it down. You can see it's a work in progress, but I just wanted to see more of this. How do you make that smaller so we can actually do it? There we go. See, let's get some more on this so we can see a better effect. So let's go back to graphics. Oh, before we do that, sound and video. So we've got a Amiga mod music player tracker, so you can play and muck around with the original game music. Then we've got this audio workstation, Audacity, C64 music editor, MP3 player, but there's lots of stuff on here. VLC media player, I use that all the time, but that's fantastic. System tools, again, I'm not going to go into detail with that. And then the Commodore emulators, again, only the Commodore 64 is working at the moment. So let's go back to graphics and let's open up Blender. Now, for those of you that don't know, Blender's free, and Blender is a 3D graphic rendering engine, and it can do like the Commodore 64X that you've seen rendered came from a model that was made in Blender. So it's amazing. It's very powerful, and they're starting to make films with it now, and 3D animation, you know, kid stuff. It's amazing. You can go on their website and you can actually watch 4K stuff that's been animated, and it is amazing. It's like Tintin quality. It's that good, and it's free. Whereas if you go down the route of a proper movie editor for doing 3D stuff, you're talking thousands of pounds, and most of the time it's you rent it. You pay a fee of £200 a month or something to be able to use it. This is free, and it's a fantastic project. So what I want to do is just go to File and Open, And we've got Commodore 64 blend. Before we do that, I want to go to Commodore logo. So if we go Commodore logo thick, and that's what we want, that one there, right? And now, if you can see, this is the 3D work area, but look at that. And remember that we're using the Commodore 64 Ultimate, so this has got lots of graphic capabilities with this. But if we turn that off so we can actually see that rendered, but you can see it is amazing. Look at that. But now what we want to do is I want to open up another file. Open, and we go for the logo thick. Let's have a look at that one. No, that's the wrong one. Open, logo and text. Let's go for that one. There we go. Right, let's turn that off. Look at that, Commodore. So you can muck around with stuff like this. You get Blender with this package. And then finally I want to open up, so coming out of that, Commodore 64X. So yes, this is the actual Commodore 64X and it's rendered. Unfortunately, this needs some work to get this to look like it looks real. But all the stuff is here, all the components that make this up are down here, so everything's there. It just needs allocating and I don't know how to do that. I'm not that experienced at Blender, but I'm sure some people will be able to get this going. But it is amazing. You can actually see that this is the Commodore 64X, so you can muck around with it. It's brilliant. So what I want to do is go like this so that we can see if we can use this. There we go. Look at this. So we can flick through all the different apps. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Okay, so let's close these down. Don't save. Look at the special effects on just closing stuff down. I'm never going to get tired of this, never. And again, let's close this down. Sorry, Commodore 64, but you've got to go. Right, and let's just check the workspace. Oh look, we've still got the Amiga going, so let's close that down. Look at that, it is amazing. Right, so all I want to do now is just start up a Half-Life 2. So this won't come with Commodore OS Vision. This is literally just for it's my own Half-Life. Now, those of you that don't know, if you've never heard of Half-Life 2, you want to play it because it is basically the best game ever made, as far as I'm concerned. It is amazing. So this came out in 2004, and it is absolutely amazing. And I know it's a bit silly of me to show you the graphics of this because it's 16, 18 years old now. But so if I just click start new game, because the reason I want to show it to you is because I wanted to show you some brand new AAA games, but there's some problem with the drivers. So this is the only newish game that I've got to show you because everything else is retro. Even though really you could say this is retro now because it's 18 years old. So that's the G-Man, and it looks to me he's one of the sort of like good guy, bad guys. Bad guy really, but you can tell he drinks too much because he's got a red nose. But anyway, there's no way for me to get out of this, so we'll speed through this until it actually starts. And that's it, so we're about to start now. So turn this up. You know, admittedly, the graphics aren't that great, you know, when you think about it, considering modern graphics, but they're pretty good. I just wanted to show you that, you know. But so this is Steam, and there's loads of games that are written. What Valve did a few years ago is, or quite a few years ago now, they were going to go straight. They were going to focus their attention onto the Linux operating system, which was great for people that had they used Linux as opposed to Windows, and they didn't have access to brand new games. And it was amazing because Valve doing this meant that a lot of the games that were on the Windows platform Valve ported them to Linux, so that so people that are running Linux now, like we are with Commodore OS Vision, it means that we have access to the Steam library. So not all the games, but quite a lot of the games will run on Linux. And in the future, when Commodore OS Vision is honed and it's working right, then most of the games that will run on Linux will run on this. And no, don't save. So let's come out of that. Is there anything else I was going to say? I think I've pretty much done everything. I just want to show you this other little gimmick. Look at the way the window moves around. That's another thing, another cool thing. Let's change the desktop background while we're here, just so we can see what else we've got. Nice little bit of music there again. Anything take my fancy? What's that? Oh, I don't like that. Commodore OS Vision? No. Center. What else we got? And of course we're going to have some more. Let's go for that. That's my favourite one. We're going to have some more desktop backgrounds as well that Paul's give me that I've already forwarded on to Leo. So to recap then, so I didn't want to go into great detail because a lot of it's not working at the moment, but it's a work in progress. We're getting there. It's going to look a lot different when it's finished because he's changing a lot of things. There's some of the graphical features not working yet, but I thought it worth showing you this just so that you can actually see it, get a gist of it. But look, we've got a Commodore 64X and it has his own operating system thanks to Leo, former CTO of Commodore USA. I mean, everything is really a big thank you to Barry Altman for doing this, and Leo, because they conceived this, they designed it all, and we're just picking up on that and trying to bring it back. And it's fantastic. Thanks to everyone that's backed the Kickstarter to help bring it all back, because without all you people backing this, we couldn't do it. We honestly couldn't do it. So it's fantastic. So I just want to say thanks for watching the video, and if this is the first time you've seen our videos, please subscribe to the channel and turn those notifications on so that you get to know when we bring out a new video. And yeah, happy retro gaming. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.